Noah here for American Trucks, and we're going to check out these Morimoto XB LED taillights with black housings and red lenses for the 2017 to 22 F-250 Super Duty. Now, if you're looking for a really high quality plug-and-play set of darker taillights that have an OEM-ish red lens that keeps the lights from looking super aftermarket, then these are going to be a great fit for you. Let's face it, your stock F-250 taillights are just not cutting it. Now, one of the best ways to make your truck look like $1 million is a set of upgraded taillights. Now, not only are these guys from Morimoto brighter than the stock taillights, but they seriously will transform the back end of your truck. Firstly, there's these really bright, almost tiered red LED designs on both sides that look different than a lot of other designs that you see on the road today. And overall, they look different than stock, but they haven't breached the over-the-top level, in my opinion. Now, I'm a huge fan of upgraded lights like this, where they're still super classy, yet they have a touch of custom in the design. Now, they have a red lens with a black housing, so overall you're still going to get a darker look that will blend in with a darker paint color or really pop with a light color. And then lastly, we have a white reverse light here on the inside edge by the tailgate. On to construction. We are looking at a Morimoto product, so you already know there's going to be a seriously high standard for build quality. The housings are completely made of ABS plastic, which is super strong and heat resistant to some really high temperatures. Now, those red lenses are actually made from a UV resistant red polycarbonate, which won't fade in the sun, and it's not going to chip or shatter from the impact of road debris or rock chips or something like that. Now, these are DOT compliant as well. They're super bright and they come with a limited lifetime warranty. These Morimotos are going to come in right around the $750 price point. They're just about the top of the price range as far as upgraded taillights go, but I will say that Morimoto is right at the top of the range in terms of quality as well, so you can be sure that you're getting a quality set of lights for your truck that are going to last a long time. Installing these guys on your F-250 is going to take you about an hour with a difficulty of 1 out of 3 wrenches. Now, this job should be pretty simple for anybody looking to upgrade their truck on their own. So speaking of install, let's go get these bolted up so you can see that full install process step by step.
The tools you're going to need for this install include an electric or regular 3/8 ratchet, a small Phillips head screwdriver, and an 8mm socket. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be installing a set of taillights on our F-250. But before we get started, you're going to watch a short video on how to uninstall your stock components, and I'll meet you back here for the install.
All right, so the first step in our uninstall with your tailgate down, grab an 8mm socket and remove the 2 bolts on the inside of the taillight. Grab that 8mm socket and remove each bolt. Repeat that for your bottom bolt. Now that your 2 bolts are removed, grab your taillight at a slight angle and pull to release it. Now you can see all 3 connectors. What you're going to do is press down on each of the tabs and pull back to disconnect. And remove the taillight.
So before we get these taillights mounted on our truck, we're going to have to swap over these resistors. There is a 3.75 resistor on here currently. We have to swap over 2 7.5 ohm resistors. So now we can take our small Phillips head screwdriver and remove these 2 screws. Now we can take our first 7.5 ohm resistor. We'll thread on these brass standoffs. Thread these on. Now we can use the same hardware we pulled off the first resistor and put our second. Thread these onto our standoffs. Then we can take our harness, click our main harness into the taillight. Press in the red tab. So now we can take our smaller connectors, and the connector is labeled as 1, so you can find the 1 on the main harness. and connect them with the tan connector. Same for the other one. Then we can connect the smaller connectors onto our resistors. And I can repeat that process on the other side. Now, last step, we can slide our block off onto the black and red wire that is on the main harness. Now you can repeat that process on the other side. So now we can grab our factory taillight harness and locate the green connector, which will go to the number 3 connector on the taillight. So we can connect that. Then the remaining open connectors on your taillights will be number 1s, and they will go into the remaining connectors on your factory harness. Now we can stuff all these wires into the bed and line up your 2 studs with the holes on the side of the bed. Then you can take your 2 bolts and thread them in the holes. We can tighten that down with an 8mm socket. Now you can repeat that process on the other side. So that's going to wrap up the install on our Morimoto XB LED taillights with black housings and red lenses for your 17 and newer F-250 Super Duty. Thanks for watching, and for all things F-250, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.